Hello, authors. This is Akash, and on the other side of the line, we have Ashish. हम दोनों ने basically Project Heuristics start किया था as a fun project, but eventually we started getting contributions from other authors. Finally, हमने decide किया है कि हम एक reward system के हिसाब से इसे treat करेंगे because अगर लोग contribute कर रहे हैं हमारे project में तो हम भी चाहेंगे कि लोगों का फ़ायदा हो. So in that sense, what we have planned so far is for every contribution, we reward the Indian authors an amount of $500, and for every subsequent publication that we do from our end, we'll reward them with $1,000. So, in sense, I think a monetary incentive will be helpful for the people who are contributing to the project. And that will basically keep people motivated, and at the same time उन्हें ये नहीं लगेगा कि उनका टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट बेकार जा रहा है. तो इस चीज़ को हम लोग ने कल ही आउट किया था और कुछ लोग काफ़ी इंटरेस्टेड थे इस प्रोजेक्ट में कंट्रीब्यूट करने के लिए, बट दे हैड सम सटल डाउट्स एंड गिवन कि हर कोई टेक बैकग्राउंड से नहीं है, तो पीपल आर अ बिट पजल्ड हाउ टू यूज़ दिस प्लेटफॉर्म एंड हाउ टू रीच आउट टू अस. So what we have decided is we'll create a little FAQ video where we initiate the people who want to contribute to the project, and basically discuss the know-hows that you might need to know in order to submit an article successfully to the project and get paid in return for the publication that we do. Okay. So Ashish has made basically a list of questions that you guys might have, because आशीष भी टेक्निकली टेक बैकग्राउंड से नहीं है, तो उसके मन में जो भी डाउट्स आए हैं और रिलेटिवली मुझे लग रहा है कि वही डाउट्स आपके मन में भी आएंगे. So let's try to cover them one by one. Ashish?
Here are the questions which I think will come up often. तो पहला क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि what should be the minimum number of words required to get approved for an article?
Okay. So technically speaking, Medium does not count your article in terms of words. It counts it in terms of read time. So वो अपने हिसाब से एक मेट्रिक है उनका जो डिसाइड करता है कि एक आर्टिकल को पढ़ने में रफली कितना टाइम लगेगा. ठीक है. फॉर एग्जांपल, अ पोम माइट टेक अबाउट 4 to 5 minutes. लॉन्ग आर्टिकल माइट टेक 8 to 9 minutes. ठीक है. तो हम अपने हिसाब से 600 to 700 वर्ड्स बोलेंगे, बट एट द सेम टाइम यू जस्ट कीप मॉनिटरिंग योर आर्टिकल व्हेन यू राइट कि मीडियम आपको क्या सजेशन दे रहा है रिगार्डिंग द रीड टाइम दैट यू हैव ऑन योर आर्टिकल. सो ऐसा कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल नहीं है. इफ़ द क्वालिटी ऑफ द आर्टिकल इज़ रियली गुड and it's relatively short, we might select it for publishing, but we want more informative and more thorough articles rather than very shallow articles. So try to use like good set of words and try to write it thoroughly. So I'm expecting कि articles थोड़े लंबे होंगे. So 600 to 700 should be good.
So my next question is और ये थोड़ा subjective है but still, what are the subjects of interest which can improve the chances of my entry getting selected?
Okay, so first off, हम लोग ने जो Project Heuristics का मीडियम पेज है, if you just go to it, मैं इसका लिंक वीडियो डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दूँगा, so it should be easy for you guys to reach to this particular page. यहाँ पे if you take a look at the tabs, we have 4 basic categorizations of the articles that people submit. They fall in travel, coding, creative writing, and life. Coding specifically technical journals, technical articles के लिए है, which would be tutorials in the sense, या कुछ ऐसा जो आप डिस्कस करना चाहते हो. Travel specifically आपका like कोई भी आप अगर travel कर रहे हो, international, national, you have good pictures, you have good stories regarding it, you can share it here. Creative writing would be articles in general regarding any topic that you feel needs discussing. It can be poems, it can be short stories, interesting stories of course. And life, ये एक interesting topic है because it basically demands you to write something related to your life or someone else's life, a very particular instance of your life जो maybe talks about a struggle, maybe talks about something very interesting that happened in your life that you might want to share. So ये चार categories में अगर आपका article belong करता है, then it has a very high chance of getting published.
So my next question is, and this I think is the most important question, where should I submit my entries? Can you elaborate the procedure?
So what you need to do is go to Medium. इसमें थोड़ा सा technical aspect है, but once you get started with writing on Medium, this will be a breeze for your subsequent articles. So what you need to do is go to Medium. ठीक है, आपने Medium टाइप किया गूगल पे, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे आप अपना अकाउंट क्रिएट करोगे. मैं अभी साइंड इन हूँ, बट व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज़ क्रिएट एन अकाउंट. फिर you'll have something like this. You'll have a feed, you'll have this option set, right? What you need to do is click on new story. I can show this right now. You create a new story, right? And let's say you're writing on you went to USA, for example, right? And something you wrote a lot of stuff here. Okay, then you feel okay. So the thing is, when you write something, it is automatically saved as draft. So if I go back, so if you want to check the draft that you had written earlier, you don't have to manually save anything. It saves automatically provided you are connected to the internet. You go to stories, you go to drafts. So you'll see the listed article that you finished, or basically want to resume. तो यहाँ पे वो आर्टिकल अब है आपके पास. यू क्लिक ऑन इट. अगर इस स्टेट में ओपनड है, यू कैन you don't want to click the publish button right here, because if you publish this will be published from your account. What you want to do is publish it from a publication that still would be your property, but that would be published from our platform. So what you want to do is you can either share a draft link directly to us. You can click this and you'll get a link that you can email to us so that we can check this out and suggest things that you might want to change. When you are satisfied with whatever you have written, you click on this add to publication button, and provided that you have already like got in touch with us and we have added you as a writer to writer in our publication, the list should have heuristics right here. So you just select it and select and continue. So what will happen is basically it will get added to our publication, we'll review it and we'll publish it. That's it. So once published, anyone who is a follower of our publication can see your article. Your name will be there, it will still be your property, but it basically will be viewed on our platform. So we get the views, we get the followers we need, you get the payment that we talked about, and you still get the views on your article. So that is something you can show off, of course, right?
So the next question that people have asked is, can I send more than one entries in a month?
Yeah, you actually can, but keep in mind that we have capped the number of publishing that we'll do from our publication to 2, not more than 2. And this is as of now due to financial constraints that we have. We will increase that number in near future when we actually start getting something out of the views that we get. We haven't monetized anything. We are paying the authors right from our pockets as of now. But eventually, if we reach a good number of followers, we might want to monetize the contents that we publish. In that case, we'll generate revenue, and maybe we'll be able to publish more articles and pay more authors at the same time. But as of now, keeping that limit in mind, you sure can publish. If you sure can submit, but due to our constraints of publishing, your article might be published later on in the next month or in the coming months. So it would be nice to conserve your creativity juice for the upcoming months rather than spending it all in one go.
Okay. The next question is something that I would like to both ask and answer, because I think it would be more appropriate that way.
Mhm.
What are the parameters over which my entry is going to be judged? So I think your entry is already, if you visit the Medium page, you will already see a few articles there published, and you can see the quality standards that it has. According to that and on those parameters, and as Akash has already mentioned कि हमारे already कुछ tabs बने हुए हैं, तो the themes को अगर आप follow कर रहे हैं और अगर आपके themes इस tabs में fit नहीं भी हो रहे हैं तो भी we will make a new tab for your article, but it should have the quality that we expect from the Medium brand. Okay, and you have already had a glimpse of what the articles are like if you visit the Medium page. So it should be creative, it should have good intentions, it should be literature rich, hopefully, and if not, it should be clear and concise and for the public to easily digest. On these parameters, we shall judge whether your article is worthy to be published or not, and we shall do it accordingly. So we have the next question. How do I know if my article has been selected? And if so, how will I get paid?
Okay.
The mode of payment to be
Alright.
specified.
So whenever your article is published, first off, whenever we initiate you into our program, that is add you as a writer to the publication, we'll take your number and probably take your email. So whenever your article is selected, we'll send an email to you, and if you reply within a couple of days, we'll be certain that you have received the email. If you don't, we'll just send a WhatsApp message or Telegram message to your number. With that, the payment shall totally depend on your preference. It can be UPI applications or Paytm if you want. UPI applications are better because in that way you get the payment straight away into your bank, so that would be more convenient for us and you as well. But if you have some other preferences, we can surely arrange that.
So there is another question, and this is, I think, important. Do I have to provide the pictures for aiding my articles?
Yes, of course. So there is a cover image for every article that you publish on Medium. So at least you need to have a cover image that relates to the article that you have written in some way or another. It would be preferred if it's copyright free image. Use some stock image if you want. But if you're going for image that is highly popular and it has copyright attached to it, we might get in trouble. So try avoiding those kind of pictures. And of course, like, it should be a bit catchy. For example, the articles that we have right now published on the publication, you can see the images that they have a bit of artistic touch to them, so they immediately catch your eye. The same goes for the other kind of articles that we have published in other sections. For example, if it is related to coding, it should have icons related to the technology that you're going to cover, and so on and so forth. So it should be a personal judgment call that you will make what kind of image you will prefer. But of course, yeah, an image is a must. At least a cover image is definitely a must, even if it's just a poem.
I would like to now sum up the questionnaire with this last question, which I think is very important. How do I know that the contents of my article are not going to be stolen, and what legal measures do you wish to employ?
Yeah, okay. So this is pretty important. We need to make sure that your rights are preserved when you publish to our publication. We also need to make sure that um, we are safe as far as our rights are concerned as a publication. So first off, whenever we initiate you into the program, we'll have a bit of a legal document that the both parties will sign, basically Heuristics and you, which basically declares that once published and once the payment has been done for your work, we basically have ownership over your work. Of course, we won't reproduce or modify it any sense. Whatever you have submitted will be published. That ensures that we are not stealing your work, of course. But unless and until you have been paid, we shall not publish it in any form. We will not borrow ideas from that article, of course. And from our end, once the payment has been done, you should not take down the article unless the circumstances are special, in which case we'll have a discussion whether or not to take down the article.
And I think it is also pertinent to point out that this entire publication is handled by Medium, which I think is a trusted platform.
Yes.
So that adds to another layer of security,
Yes.
I guess.
Yes, of course.
So with this, I think the questionnaire has been completed, and I believe that if you have any further queries, we have room to add more questions. But you should remember that this entire organization is something that has been started with a good heart, and it has a intention that is reserved for the world to be a better place. So please join and try to participate as much as you can, make the most out of it.